Welcome to we're gonna talk about Arnez J special. Can't remember what it was called. And I watched his Shannon Sharp interview. He said what it was called, but I honestly can't remember. See, it's the same with Standup special name. You need to be able to remember. But at first I wasn't gonna talk about it until I saw him on Shannon Sharp. And he was saying, like, this is towards the end of the interview. He was saying, like, last 5 minutes or so. He was saying, like, how, he didn't think the special was good or the best he could. He didn't think it was the best he can do. But then people was around him saying, oh, no, this is good, this is good. And then when he saw that, it got so many views so quick, like a million views in 18 days or something like that, he said. And still going up and up.
I didn't really like the special as much as I thought I could have done a lot better. Because of the elements and stuff. Sometimes it's not exactly the material, it's the elements, how it's presented. Correct. Everybody else said, no. I didn't believe that. But when I get a call in 5 days, you had 1 million views in 5 days? Let you know you did something right.
He was like, okay, well, I was wrong. But that is not necessarily true. I feel like, obviously, Arnez J been a comedian for a very long time. I've always said he's my favorite comedian. I've said it all the time because I grew up watching him, hosting comedy and all that stuff. I even went to see him before and everything. So, of course, when he put out anything, you're like, oh, yeah, I can't wait. And you go rush to it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, though. Because that doesn't mean all them people like you and have to like something you have done. But there's a stand-up special that can have 100,000 and a stand-up special that can have 1 million views. But the one that have 100,000 is better than the one with 1 million. I think a lot of people, especially comedians, always worry about numbers. Like, oh, well, it got 1 million views, so that must be great. Now, that doesn't mean that many people wanted to see it, but that doesn't mean once they see it, it's good. Like, people be watching Tyler Perry movies, and then once they watch it, they might not think it's good, but they want to like it. They go into it wanting to like it, or they just like the person, but that doesn't mean they went away with liking it. So I don't like when people do that. So, and he said, it could have been better, and I'm glad he said that, but then when he said, the views are so high, so I guess I was wrong, but no, that's not what that means. And like I said, I always say he's my favorite comedian. I grew up on him, watching Come to You, and love him hosting. I know there's been other hosts, but he's the main host I remember. And I say it all the time. So that's how you know that's what I'm saying. It's different if you don't like a comedian. So anything they do, you ain't gonna like. If you just don't like they on stand up, you're not gonna like it. But me, he's clearly one of my favorites. So obviously I like his stand up. What he do. And that's why I be getting like annoyed when you watch somebody that you really like and it ain't good. It's like Dion Cole last when I was like it was good, I guess, for comedy stand. I mean, like other people's standards maybe, or like a low level standard, but for what he can do, no, it's not good for what he can do. And Arnez J, this wasn't good for what he can do. Like, obviously, it's not going to be bad. Like, Cat Williams can't do nothing bad because he's just so good at a stand up. So Arnez J can't do bad because he's so good for stand-up. Dion Cole can't do bad. He cannot be good, but he can't do bad because he's such a good stand-up. So it's like, I just feel like people be focusing on some numbers instead of what making it good. And at a certain point, when you a certain comedian, like, you're going to get the views no matter what, but that doesn't mean what you're putting out is good. And the fact that he didn't think it was good and still put it out, it's like, or still did it, it's like, okay, there's something wrong there. And also, it's like, maybe because the people around him like reaffirmed him, like, hey, it's okay. So maybe he's okay. Well, now I was wrong. Let me go put it out. But then I do get that you spent the money on it, whatever. But I know he had to tour it or work out the material before, and he didn't understand it wasn't good then. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but for his standard, it was not good. It's like when you take that much time away, like how Jamie took that time away, and then he came back and was vulnerable and all that stuff and told, stuff that what had happened to him. I want that from these older comedians just coming back. Like, it's different if you keep going. Like, Cat Williams, I ain't never stopped. I ain't never knew him to stop. So, it's like, I guess he can't do that necessarily. He can, but it'd be harder because he just been torn. But when you take a time away and come back, it's like, sometimes when people tell stories, and I do understand this, you don't want to get too personal. You don't want to be telling your business, other people's business. Like, it's like, am I giving too much or get too little? So I was like, okay, I can understand that. But when he went on Shannon Sharp and told all them stories about his family, I'm like, oh, hey, he's comfortable telling them. He don't mind telling them about his family. He ain't worried about that. He, vulnerable enough to tell it. But why is he doing it on this interview? Like, why aren't you doing it in your stand-up? And I get that's not necessarily his stand-up. Like, yes, he storytells, but he don't storytell that deeply. But it's like, clearly he comfortable doing it, so why he not doing it and just make it funny? I would have loved to see that. Like, because people that watch Arnez, we know Rodney, but we don't know too much about his life. He came a little here, a little there, but we don't know too much. So I would have loved to hear that in the form of a stand-up, him talking about all his siblings and mother and all that. I would have loved to hear that, but he didn't give us that. Maybe next time he'll give it, because he said he would get better the next time. Like I said, it wasn't bad enough to where I wouldn't watch it, but it's like, I know he can do better. I want him to do better. I know he better than what he gave. That was like, that was just some, it just wasn't good. It was just basic surface level. It wasn't good. And like I said, I know he can do better than that. So it's like, hopefully next time he actually, I know, like I said, like he moves around and he like, he's high energy and he like to act stuff out, which is cool. But he can do that with also telling a story about his family and make it actually meaningful. Call it family problems or something. Whatever. Like I said, I can't remember what the name was. So obviously the name wasn't good for me to remember. And he said on Shannon Sharp again, and I still cannot remember. So I just want the best for comedians. I just want them to do better. Especially these comedians I know can do better. It's different. The best you can do is the best you can do. But with him, I know he can do better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just give us a little more. Like, he's been doing it too long just to be giving us surface level. So hopefully next time, like I said, maybe he'll tell stories about his families and stuff, and we can get to know him more instead of having to watch an interview that's like, I want to say not the easiest to watch, but it's like, he's great, but it's like, just let it be you and the people that have been rocking with you for a long, just talking to them and seeing how that is. But that's all I got. At first I wasn't going to talk about it because, he's my favorite comedian. I didn't want to talk too bad about it or whatever. And I ain't even talk too bad about it here. But I'm just saying it was cool, but he could do way, way, way better. And I have another family member that loves him too. And they was like, yeah, it could have been better. So these two people that really like him, been following him and considered him one of their favorites. And they just thought it was okay. And like, there's a lot of people that follow him and like him, so they're gonna be like, anything he do is great. And there's like a lot of people, like anybody, like actors, they see a movie, if it's their favorite actor, they're gonna say it's great, even though it ain't. If it's their favorite comedian and they put out something and it ain't that great, they're gonna say it's great because they just want to see the person. But I just don't do that. But anyway, that's all I got. Bye.
At this stage in the game, too. Right. 35. It's a long time. It's a long time. To have that kind of longevity. Yeah, I just took my Pampers off.